When Emily and I first set out to start the church, we were newly married and nervous. It was really a step of faith to say we feel called to go somewhere else and start something new. We were going to plant a church in London, England.
The journey started for us, I think, before we even got married. I didn't have any idea what that would look like. And so when we got married, we knew like the journey had started, but we just didn't know when all the pieces would come into play. And they came into play a lot quicker than we anticipated.
We sold all of our stuff, and I remember descending into the city, seeing the skyline. Here we are, this is our new home. But yeah, it was a big shock to try to get through security, get detained, be told that we were not going to be allowed to enter the country, and then in about 36 hours from our landing, being put on a plane back to the United States. Coming back to the States kind of felt demoralizing and kind of like we were coming back like a dog with its tail between its legs. Like we had cast all this vision for planting this church and started to build a small team, raise funds, and all of these things. And then to be sent back to the US, it felt like we were dealing with disillusionment about what we felt called to do.
Why is it so difficult? Why is there so much opposition? And to be honest, I don't know why. I don't know why it can be so difficult, but I also am okay with that. And I feel that way because I look at the Bible and it's never been easy for anyone. And so it makes me feel like I don't get it, but it's also not isolated to just me and to just us and to just our situation.
When we moved to Detroit in the summer of 2018, it wasn't much longer after that we got pregnant. So we were literally giving birth to two things at once. The church was being born and our first kid was being born.
I didn't know that you could actually love a city and be really super proud and be really invested in the future of a city, but it happened so quickly. Every person that we would interact with was so excited that we were here. And I didn't know that was a thing in cities, that people would want to stop and take time to tell you why they were so glad that you were in their city and how great their city was. And that was such a new thing for me. And we also didn't have any idea that we would have 3 children here and what their lives would look like living in this city. And we are incredibly excited about their lives here and their upbringing here and their connection to this place and to these people is a bigger blessing than we could have ever imagined when we moved here.
We had some friends in Miami, and they were telling us one day, because they were pastors, and they said, church planting is suicide. And when they told us that, we were not sure how to take it and if we should keep moving forward, because London at this point was officially dead. The next morning, I picked up my wife's Bible, which I don't typically read from her Bible. I usually read on my phone. And I was reading through Isaiah. So the next chapter in my reading was Isaiah 54.
Sing, O barren one who did not bear. Break forth into singing and cry aloud, you who have not been in labor. For the children of the desolate one will be more than the children of her who is married, says the Lord. Enlarge the place of your tent, and let the curtains of your habitations be stretched out. Do not hold back. Lengthen your cords and strengthen your stakes. For you will spread abroad to the right and to the left, and your offspring will possess the nations and will people the desolate cities.
They say that a great church is not built on the talents of a few, but on the sacrifice of many. And when I think of our team, that's what I think of, is this amazing group of people that we couldn't do this without.
If I was to look forward 10 years, I believe it would be marked by more stories, more miracles, more life change,